Welcome. This presentation provides an overview of the integrated developmental model of clinical supervision, a widely used framework for understanding how counselors develop professionally over time. The viewer will first be introduced to the purpose and importance of clinical supervision in counselor education, particularly its role in promoting counselor competence and protecting client welfare. The presentation then explores the developmental levels described in the IDM, level 1, 2, and 3. In addition, practical examples are provided to demonstrate how a counselor educator or doctoral learner might apply the model in supervision. This presentation also evaluates the effectiveness of the developmental stages and concludes with key insights regarding how the IDM supports ethical, responsive, and developmentally appropriate supervision practices. My name is TJ Finn. I am a licensed professional counselor in Texas with a certification in neuropsychotherapy and a master's degree in human development and counseling. I'm also currently a doctoral student in the counselor education and supervision program at Grand Canyon University. Clinical supervision is a structured process that supports the development of counselors while ensuring client welfare is protected. Supervisors provide instruction, mentorship, evaluation, and professional guidance to counselors in training. According to Bernard and Goodyear, supervision serves three major purposes: promoting counselor competence, protecting clients, and ensuring ethical practice within the profession. CACREP standards emphasize the importance of supervision in counselor training programs because it fosters professional identity development and supports the growth of competent and ethical practitioners. The integrated developmental model was developed by Stollenberg and McNeil to explain how counselors develop across stages of professional competence. The model proposes that supervisees move through developmental levels characterized by varying degrees of self-awareness, motivation, and autonomy. Supervisors adjust their approach based on the supervisee's developmental needs. As counselors gain experience, they demonstrate greater independence, clinical reasoning, and emotional awareness. The model emphasizes supervision as a dynamic process that evolves as professional competence increases. Level 1 supervisees are typically beginning counselors who have limited clinical experience and high levels of anxiety. Their attention is often focused on their own performance rather than the client's experience. Although motivation is usually strong, confidence is fragile and easily disrupted. Supervisors working with level 1 counselors typically provide structured guidance and clear feedback. The supervisory relationship often emphasizes teaching and modeling clinical skills while gradually building confidence and competence. At level 2, counselors begin shifting their attention toward client needs while still struggling with emotional reactions and uncertainty. Motivation may fluctuate as counselors encounter complex clinical situations that challenge their developing competence. Supervisors often provide both support and constructive challenge during this stage. This level requires supervisors to encourage reflection and help supervisees integrate theory with practice while continuing to build professional confidence. Level 3 counselors demonstrate a stronger professional identity and increased clinical competence. They are more able to conceptualize cases more effectively and work with clients independently while still benefiting from consultation. Supervisors typically adopt a more collaborative role at this stage, encouraging professional autonomy and advanced clinical reasoning. Rather than focusing on basic skills, supervision emphasizes refinement of techniques, ethical decision-making, and professional leadership. The Level 3I stage represents integrated professional functioning. Counselors at this stage have developed a stable professional identity and are able to practice with confidence and ethical awareness. Supervision becomes more consultative, with the supervisor functioning as a professional colleague rather than a directive instructor. Counselors at this stage demonstrate balanced awareness of themselves, their clients, and the therapeutic process. For beginning counselors, supervision focuses on instruction and modeling skills. As a counselor education doctoral learner, I would apply the Level 1 supervision approach by providing clear structure and guidance. Beginning counselors benefit from direct instruction and modeling of clinical techniques, such as assessment skills or documentation practices. I would also normalize anxiety and encourage reflective learning. This structured support helps beginning counselors develop confidence while maintaining focus on ethical practice and client welfare. Supervision at Level 2 emphasizes reflections and integration of theory into practice. When working with Level 2 supervisees, I would shift my supervisory style toward reflective dialogue and collaborative problem solving. Counselors at this stage often struggle with emotional reactions to challenging cases. Supervision would focus on helping them integrate theory with clinical practice while strengthening their confidence. Encouraging reflective thinking allows counselors to understand both client dynamics and their own professional responses. At Level 3, supervision supports independence and advanced professional identity. With Level 3 supervisees, supervision becomes more collaborative and consultative. Rather than providing direct instruction, I would encourage independent decision making and advanced case conceptualization. The goal is to help the counselor refine their professional identity while preparing them for independent practice. Supervision at this level emphasizes professional leadership, ethical responsibility, and ongoing consultation within the counseling profession. Structured supervision at Level 1 supports learning but must evolve as competence grows. The Level 1 stage is effective because it provides structured learning and skill acquisition for beginning counselors. Supervisors who can offer clear guidance help reduce uncertainty and anxiety. However, if supervisors remain only directive too long, supervisees may become dependent on supervision rather than developing independent clinical reasoning. Later stages foster autonomy but require supervisors to correctly assess readiness. Level 2 and 3 are effective because they promote independence and deeper professional growth. Supervisees become more reflective, confident, and capable of managing complex cases. However, supervisors must accurately assess developmental readiness. Providing too little structure too early may increase anxiety and hinder development. In conclusion, the integrated developmental model offers a flexible approach to supervision that evolves with counselor development. IDM provides a valuable framework for understanding counselor growth across stages of professional development. By adjusting supervision strategies according to developmental needs, supervisors can support counselor competence while maintaining ethical responsibility. The model emphasizes supervision as a dynamic and collaborative process that evolves as counselors gain experience and confidence. Thank you for listening to this presentation and have a blessed day.